Then go on mute. Yeah, okay. We are discussing about process center console. Okay, I'm just logging with the admin credentials. Username is admin, password is admin. Okay. So when you open the process center console, you can see these options. You can see something like this. Here I logged in with admin, that's why I can see this tab, admin tab. But in your organization, when you log in, generally you don't have the admin rights. So you are just the user only. So you can't see this tab. You can see process app, toolkits and servers. Okay. So in the last session, like we have just like started with working on the process center console. Okay. Now what I'm doing is like you already know like how to create a new process app, how to import a new process app, how to download the process designer. You can create a new process app if it is required. You can make it the process app name. You can write the process app name here, and you can write the acronym here. Acronym should be unique, and it will not accept more than 7 characters of length, and it should be unique. Here you can give some description. Okay, here you can give some description. Okay, one question, like if, for example, if I archive a process app, if I archive a process app, if I am trying to create a process app with the same name, it will accept, or it will throw me an error like it's already exist. Okay, we can see that. Okay, there is a process app called IBM BPM classes. Acronym is BPM. Okay, now I'm just trying to archive this process app. Just click on the process. Okay, there is something called as archive process app. Okay, I just archived this. Okay, now I can't see the yeah, now I can't see the acronym BPM now. Okay, IBM BPM classes, I can't see the acronym BPM. Now I am trying to create with the same acronym. Okay, something I am putting as BPM classes, acronym BPM. See here, uh, I'm getting some error. It is throwing me an error. What was the error? Acronym already exists, but the acronym does not exist here. But why it is throwing me an error? Why? Because the acronym is already there. It is archived. Acronym is already there, but it is archived. So what is the meaning of archived? Just removing from the name list, or in the view list, the list which you are viewing, it just remove the view list. It will like in archived state or hidden state. Okay, but still if it is in the hidden state, still it will take that acronym. Okay, till it will consider that process app is there, but it is in hidden state, so it should not, it won't allow, unless like it is deleted, no, it won't allow it to create a new process app. Okay, you know how to import a new process app. While importing a new process app, like it will always try to see the unique acronym. If the acronym already exists, it will throw an error. If the acronym like does not exist, it will import. Okay, while importing a process app, it will, okay, it will import. Next, download process designer. You know, like initially when you join in an organization, your administrator will share you this process center link. You will download your zip file process designer from here. Okay, the same you did like while installing BPM on your machine, you downloaded the process designer. Okay, fine. Next, you know this one, like in the last session we discussed, this is the list of all process apps. If anything you marked as favorite, you can see here. Anything it is archived, you can see here. Here, like there is an option for archived. One is like restore, other is like delete. So archived process app, there is an option to delete when the I when this teamworks released, that means when Lombardi, when this IBM, this BPM product with Lombardi, that means before acquiring it by IBM, like whatever the this company is named some Lombardi, and they are delivering some products called as teamworks. During the teamworks this option is not available, so only you can just archive it, but it is, we can't delete a process app. But what was the problem here is like, if you can't why the option is not yet provided by the Lombardi is that, for example, you archived your process app. Okay, if you are having admin rights, you unexpectedly you deleted the process app. So what happens, like once you delete the process app, everything will be gone. Suppose if you don't take any snapshot, or that means you, if you don't take any backup of this, if you delete, everything will be gone, whatever the work you have done, everything will be gone, nothing will be recovered. So that was the problem. Like you should not never delete a process app. Okay, I have to open my, this is my, in the last night the my server is running, that's why it is throwing me an error. Okay, if you delete a process app, like what will happen, like it will completely remove your process, it will completely remove your process app. So whatever the work you have done, everything will be deleted, it can't be recovered. That was the problem, that's why this problem is not provided by the Lombardi. But later the people who are using this process like asked the IBM to provide this feature. So IBM has provided this feature only with admin rights. Okay, only the person like who is having the admin rights, no, like they only uh, can delete the processor. Okay, now these are like options. Okay, here you logged in as admin, that's why it is showing you two as admin. Okay, there is something called preferences here. The preferences, you can change the local preferences. Local in the sense, uh, it is language settings. By default it is English. In our IBM BPM there is an option is provided in the admin console. For example, if there is a requirement you got, like initially, for example, a page has to be shown to the user, please select your language, so German or Spanish or English. Okay, if you select for example some Spanish language, and from that the next screens onwards, like whatever the like workflow he is having, so from then onwards everything will be language, everything will be, it should be he has to say everything in the Spanish language only. So again, back to like that UI, again he selected the English. From then onwards everything he should see in English only. So that we are doing as a part of our training session, we have that topic as well. So we are this will be discussing at that time. So from here also, like there is something like local settings. I don't want to change the local settings now. Why? Because it is very difficult to again identify the names and all. So everything language will get changed. Okay, this is logout. Okay, this is like help command. Okay, okay, here I can sort my process apps by recently updated. I can, or else I can sort it by name, or I can sort it by acronym as well. Acronym means this one, name means this one. Okay, okay, in the last session uh, we are discussing, okay, about this one. So you can create a process, you can create a snapshot. In the last session we explained like how to create a snapshot. So how to create a snapshot, uh, you are, if you are in the process center, go to the process center, open the same ATM alerts, if I which I opened in the process center. Okay, this is my process designer. Okay, this is my process designer now. So I have completed my work, I am just taking a new snapshot. My snapshot name is b00.00 some 02 underscore some ATM. Okay, I have taken a new snapshot, I'm not providing any description now. Yeah, and 00.00.02. Okay, now if I go to the process center console, if I go to the process center console, just if I refresh, I can see that snapshot. Okay, From process center console also, there is an option to create snapshot. If I create new snapshot, what are the here? Same thing from here as well. Version 00.00.03 underscore ATM. See the same snapshot, I can take it from here as well. So what the snapshot contains? Snapshot contains whatever the work you have done till now, whatever the works you have done till now, what artifacts you have built till now. So everything will be captured. Everything will be captured in the snapshot. Everything will be captured in the snapshot. Okay, fine. Okay, in the last session I hope like we have covered all this. In the last session we have covered all this. Okay, anyway, like we got some break. So again let me like give you like quick glance about all this. Okay, see here, there is an option if I select some snapshot, there is an option for me to either export or install. Okay, there is an option for me to either to export or install. Okay, for example, see here, I'm trying to like install this one. Okay, so I've just selected the SIT environment. I am creating the installation package. Okay, installation is in progress. This is like how to create an installation package. How to create an installation package? Just install option. You can list of servers which are available, list of servers, offline servers, online servers which are available. I have just selected one of the offline server and I have created the installation package. Okay, installation package is in progress. After that a package will be created, maybe like after like 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah, package has been created. Okay, again I am installing like one more snapshot. Okay, same SIT environment. See, this time I got one more window here. Why? Because already there is one more snapshot already previous snapshot in SIT environment is already there. So one more option for me, like it is asking, there will be some instances will be there in the previous snapshot, right? Why? Because this already in SIT environment, so it might be executing in the SIT environment. When it is executing in the SIT environment, your testers will be working on that. Your testers are created some of the like instances, some of the new requests. Okay, in order to do the some testing. Okay, so what you want to do about that instances, you want to leave that instances. Okay, this previous snapshot is 02 snapshot. You want to leave the instances, no need of migration. You want to delete that instances, or you want to migrate to the new snapshot. Instance migration, the instances which are there in the previous snapshot, all the instances have to be migrated to the newer snapshot. See here, so it is showing like whether to migrate the instances or not. From which snapshot? 00.00.02 it is asking. If I just selected that migrate option, if I just selected that migrate option and I click on installation package, so installation package will be created. So what will be created once this has been deployed into the SIT environment as active default. Once this has been deployed by the administrator, automatically your snapshot will become active default. All the instances will get migrated. All the instances will get migrated. For example, you forgot to select here like instance migration. You forgot to like select the option instance migration here. Okay, you forgot to select the option instance migration here, and you have just selected some like leave option, like you have like selected just leave option. You forgot to like here. Now I have like two snapshots already in SIT environment. It is asking if any my instances are there in the previous snapshot, migrate. So but by some flow what I did is like by some mistake I just selected leave. But what is my intention is like I want to migrate this, I want this migrate instances, but I have selected here leave. In that scenario, while mentioning the deployment, while you are dropping a mail to your administrator, you have to specify instance migration, like please migrate the instances. If there are any instances, please migrate those instances. So in admin console, he will be having an option like to migrate the instances. So he will take care of that. Okay, this is like how to take a snapshot, how to install it. You know, like how to export it. While exporting, like we normally export in the form of like .twx file. .twx stands for like teamworks file. If I click on export, it will normally it will be in downloads. Okay, it is asking me to save the file. Okay, if I can give you a path in my local machine and I can save it. I can give you a path in my local machine and I can save it. See here, so it went to my downloads folder. I can see my this one in downloads folder. Okay, so that like I can share it to someone else, or I can put a backup on my machine. Okay, next, these are like some of the options. Next, status. Yeah, you can put the whatever the status you want. You can put whatever the status you want. Like if I want to like put new or rejected or validated, released, need to verify, SIT completed, these statuses I have added. Suppose you want to put a status like this is like corrupted snapshot. Okay, suppose if I want to make it as a rejected, I can click on OK and I can make it as rejected. By looking at the snapshot itself, like I can see list of snapshots itself, I can see something called as rejected. So that it indicates like when your administrator always do some backend works like deleting the older snapshot. Suppose the number of snapshots are increasing on your process center, so it may cause some issues. So like what your administrator will do, like administrator will generally do some patch up work. So they will like try to delete this all the snapshots. So when you mention something as rejected snapshot or something, so like no need of like administrator contacting you to, like whether to ask you like whether to delete this snapshot or not. He can directly archive or he can delete this snapshot. Okay, next, you can also put your own status. For example, this snapshot is corrupted, or the snapshots you want to delete, or I can make it like corrupted, something went wrong in this snapshot, so it's this not working properly. So I can make a new snapshot as new status as well. So you can put the existing statuses, or you if you want you can create a new status, or if you want you can create a new status. Okay, fine. Next, there is an option for you to edit as well. Okay, when will you get this editing a snapshot option? Sometimes what is the problem is like you have taken something like this, you have taken something like this snapshot name. Some of the process have also taken with the similar name. Might be this acronym might be different with the similar name. Sometimes whatever the snapshot you have taken, whatever the snapshot, your process app is having acronym, right? Your process app is having acronym. Your process app name is ATM alerts, acronym is ATM. Similarly, for whatever the snapshot you have taken, for whatever the snapshot you have taken, the snapshot is also having acronym. We can't see this acronym. It is in the internally at the backend. Okay, your snapshot is also having an acronym which is internally at the backend. While deploying your snapshot, while your administrator is running some commands in the putty or commands, some spirit based commands, so he will use that acronym. Okay, he will use that acronym. For example, your friend, like your friend or some other colleague who is working on different process have also taken the same like similar kind of like versioning. So he also like asked to deploy the administrator. Okay, that got deployed already. So sometimes what system will take like a system will throw you some error while administrator is deploying. System will throw some error. Then what administrator will ask you like please rename the snapshot, please rename the snapshot or provide a new snapshot. Suppose like you have already changed the code, you have taken the snapshot and you already started changing the code, again you have to take a new snapshot. So no need to revert back the changes. You can do one thing, there are various options are there. One of the option is like from here you can edit the snapshot name. From here you can edit the snapshot name. Yeah, I can edit the snapshot name. Now I can ask a administrator like to like deploy this new snapshot. Or else if this is also not working, so I can create a track and I can give the new snapshot that I will tell you. like track is one of the important concept which we are going to discuss it once after the completion of all this remaining one. Okay, next one is clone. If I click on clone, what happens? Clone means duplicate. It will create me a new process app actually, with duplicate already ATM is there, it will create with ATM too. Okay, I don't want to like create a duplicate one. If you want, you can try it in your machine. Next one is activate. If you want to make it your snapshot as activate, like generally while deploying a snapshot, no, your administrator will make your snapshot as active. Your administrator will make your snapshot as active. Okay, so I have made it as an active. Okay, so it is asking whether to deactivate. If I click on deactivate, next time I can see an active option. Okay, next one is archive. You can archive a snapshot as well. You can archive a snapshot as well. Okay, when I clicked on archive, so like I can't see that snapshot which is archived. So why? Because like I can't see that 04 snapshot. Why I can't see that 04 snapshot? Why? Because it is already archived. Okay, if I go to the manage option here, if I click on like archive processor, sorry, if I go to the manage option, there is an option for me to like see what are the snapshots. Yeah, what are the snapshots which are archived from here. Here I can see all snapshots. From here I can see installed snapshots. From here I can see archived snapshot. Okay, so here I am having an option to restore. If I want to restore, I can restore it. Okay, in process center console, you don't have an option to delete a snapshot, but you have an option for deleting a processor. So your administrator will be take care of like by running some Unix or Linux commands, like in order to like delete this processor. Okay, IBM has provided a only to like to restore the snapshot. You can restore the snapshot if it is required for. Click on all. You can see this option like again. You can see again this snapshot as well. Okay, these are like four options. Okay, now what? Okay, fine. Assume that this has been. I'm just changing the status. Uh, Changing status as new. I'm writing the status here as production snapshot. I'm this snapshot has been deployed in prod environment. Okay, this is the snapshot which is deployed in prod environment. Okay, just for my convenience, I'm just creating an installation pack. This snapshot is in prod environment. What is the snapshot name? 00.00.04 underscore ATM. This snapshot is in prod environment. Okay, for example, this is phase one of your project. You are working for a project called ATM alerts. You are working for a project called as ATM alerts. Your project is completed. Your project is completed. Okay, phase one of the project is completed, and it has passed the testing SIT UAT, and finally it went to prod. As this went to prod, so you got like phase 2 requirement. Phase 2 means the enhancement of phase 1. Okay, so what you will do in the phase 2 of the project, generally whatever the BPDs you have, in the phase 1 of your project, you will just try to like add, like you are trying to like modify it. Why? Because you are adding new features to it. You are just adding new features to it. So what I'm doing is like i'm just trying to I'm just trying to add new features. I already started. Okay, phase 2 project is already started. It's going fine. So everything is going fine. Everything is okay. So I am at, for example, I have completed 90% of my phase 2 of the project. Of my phase 2 of the project. So how I did the phase 2 of the project? Already I have the phase 1 project. In the same phase 1 project, already it is in the production. Okay, fine. So I just started the phase 2. Okay. So what happened, like unexpectedly you got some issue in the phase 1 of the project. You got some issue in the phase 1 of the project. Your support, your like a production support team has like asked you to change the code. There is something like a bug in the code. There is something like bug in the code. Okay, there is some issue with your code in the prod. It is not working for some scenario. It is, maybe it might be like design change or business change, or it might be like code change, whatever it might be the reason. you have to do some changes in your snapshot. You have to do some changes in your snapshot. Generally, like an incident has been raised against your team, your development team. You have to like it's something like assume that it's a P3 incident, priority 3 in the sense. Generally, you will be having like 2 business days. You have to complete it in 2 business days. Or like if it is a P4 priority 4, there will be time like 10 business days. Generally, they will be using a tool for generating the incidents. That tool name is called as service. Okay. So whenever you receive that incident, generally what happens, your manager will be asking you to fix that issue. So what is the problem now? The problem is now you already changed most of the code which is in the phase 1. How I can take a new snapshot now? Again, why? Because again I have to revert the changes back. I have to revert the changes and I have to fix the code. Again I have to give a snapshot. This is the challenging thing. So how to like overcome this issue? Like what? Like you already done the 90% of the coding for phase 2. You already modified most of the BPDs which are in the phase 1. So how you can approach in type of such scenarios? So in order to handle such scenarios, there is a concept called as tracks. There is a concept called as tracks. Okay. Then in such scenario, what you have to do, like, okay, you log into the process center console. See, whatever the thing I am saying, you can also do the same from process. You can also do the same from process center as well. But for our convenience, I am saying, okay, both will be looking similar. The only difference is like in process center, you will be having like open designer. In process center console, you don't have the open designer option. Okay. If you got some issue now, what was the issue? Like you got some issue with the you got some issue in the code. So what was the issue? Like you need to fix that issue. Okay, you need to fix that issue, but you have modified everything in your process app. Okay, you have modified everything in the process app, like for phase 2 of the project. So in such scenario, what you will do, like you will check here, you have to check here the drop down. There should be something, an option should be there. That option name is something called as tracks. That option name is something called as tracks. That is not there. Then you have to drop a mail to your administrator. Then you have to drop a mail to your administrator, like please enable the tracks for my tracks for the process app. App name is ATM alerts. Acronym is ATM. Please enable the tracks. Okay, please enable the tracks. Okay, why? Because no, in real time, you can see this page. Fine. You can't see this manage option. You can't see this governance tab. You can see only snapshot and history. You can see only snapshot and history. You can't see nothing from here. Okay. So you are asking your administrator, like please enable the tracks for ATM alerts. Now administrator will log in and he will see, okay, no tracks are available here. Okay, fine. He will go to the manage option. He will go to the manage option. Okay, I will just try to re-log in again. It is throwing me some error. Okay, I am in ATM alerts. Okay, your administrator will log into the process center console. He clicked on the ATM alerts. Okay, so what he will do, like he will go to the manage option. In the right side, there is something called as yellow user to create a tracks in his process app. Okay, you are the users. You requested me for to enable the tracks. I will just tick on this. What is this tracks? Tracks is older name of track. Older name in the track in the sense before IBM has acquired the Lombardino, like the in the older Teamworks product, this is called as workspace. This is called as workspace. So what you can say, like track is nothing but it allows you to create a parallel workspace, or it allows you to do the parallel development. It allows you to do the parallel development. Okay, tracks allow the parallel development. Okay, fine. I'm just allowing the tracks. I just checked on tracks. Okay, fine. When I just clicked on this, so I will tell the development team, I will inform the development team, or I am the administrator. I replied to the development team, okay, tracks are enabled for ATM alerts. Please check, please validate or something. So what you will do, you will just open this process center console. You will see this new process app. You will see this new snapshot. So this is the snapshot. I know this snapshot is in prod environment, so I want to create a track for this. So this time I can see a new option here. What is the new option? Creation of new track. Creation of new track. So I will click on new track. So what I am writing here, like production track. Production track phase 1. Something I am writing production track phase 1. Okay, in the sense uh, I am writing the description as fixing prod issues. Okay, from now onwards whatever the prod issues are coming, I have to fix from here. Okay, fixed prod issues. Okay, this I can write some description here. This track is created on 28/12/2015 for fixing the prod issue, some incident, some 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, some incident. For fixing this incident, no, like I have created this tracks. Okay, for our future reference. Okay, I'm just clicking on. Okay, a track has been created. So what this will do? What this will do? See here. What this will do? You can see here. Okay, now for example, assume that I am the development team now. My team consists of 5 people, 5 developers. So like what my manager has allotted, like 2 people has to work on like phase 2 of the project, 3 people has to work on the production environment prod. Okay, so I am 2 people has to work on the uh, like prod fix. Three people has to work on the prod fix. 2 people has to work on the phase 2 of the project. So when I try to, I am logged in as administrator. I logged in as administrator. Okay. So as I logged in as administrator, so I am just trying to open in designer. So when I click on open in designer, it is asking me whether open in main or whether to open the production track, whether to open in main or whether you want to open the production track. Okay, I want to open in main. I want to open in main. Yeah, open in main. Okay, you can see the phase 2 of the project. Here I added these 2 activities, activity number 2 and activity number 3. Okay, next I'm logging with Vivek. I hope I have created some ID. If not, I will use money. Okay. Okay, for ATM alerts, what I will do, like I will provide access to user that all users can see this TW underscore others. I'm giving access to like all the people. I will tell what is the function of this TW underscore others in during admin console. I will explain you that. Okay. Now, okay. Whenever Vivek has logged in, Vivek can see this project. Okay, Vivek belongs to like admin, like I am the one of the user, like I logged in like main. I logged in like main, and Vivek logged in prod. He has allotted to like prod team. Okay, for prod fix, so he will open in prod fix. When Vivek open, no, he can see whatever the changes that are there till that snapshot only. Whatever the changes that are there till that snapshot only. So he can't see like new changes. So see, this is the change. This is there whenever like my original snapshot is there. Only this activity is there. Later in phase 2 of the project, I added this. So phase 2, I can see like what are the phase 2 changes. Vivek can see only the changes which are there in the prod. So these people will start working on the this prod fix. So once this has been fixed, so a snapshot will be taken here, some 00.00 dot some 05. underscore some prod underscore some fix something underscore some ATM. So I'm giving a new snapshot. So, but while providing a new snapshot, you have to specify your administrator like please check the snapshot in under main under track production track phase one. So you have to mention the track name as well. Otherwise, he will check it in. Generally, administrator will check it in the main only. So he will say like this snapshot is not yet created. So once you told him like that, so what he will do like he will just click on the processor. See, he can't see that snapshot. So once you mention in your mail that this has been present in the track named production fixed track, so he will there he can see a drop down here. There he can see the track. There he can see the track production track phase one. So he will try to like install this one. He will try to install this one. Okay. Okay, this is like how to create a track, and how to use a track. Okay, next. One more feature like I am explaining now. Okay. Okay, now Vivek logged in. Okay, you understood like how to create a track and how to work on the tracks. Okay, tracks allow parallel development. Okay, tracks allow parallel development. Okay, fine. For example, Vivek also logged in like main. Vivek also logged in like main.
Jagdish,
Yes.
one query here. See, regarding tracks, you're telling that to do a parallel development, it is same as creating one more snapshot. Suppose, let's say one situation the same what you are taken, production issue happened. I can take the old snapshot and I can work on top of that one. So when you are creating a new changes for the next phase, you will be creating on top of existing snapshot, right? So what I can do is that I can take a snapshot which went to production before this phase one changes, and I can do changes on top of this, right?
See here,
It gives
like
the same
this.
functionality and
Yeah, right. But this is the snapshot which I have taken, which is in the prod 04. If I click on this,
okay.
I can't do
Mhm.
anything changes here. Why? Because it is in read only.
Correct.
So for that, what we did is like for this we
Mhm.
created a track. So n number of tracks you can create.
Okay. So that you can do changes on top of that, is it?
Yeah, I can do the changes on top.
Okay.
That means I am modifying this snapshot actually.
Okay. Otherwise, we need to import that snapshot and I do changes on top of that new one. Can we do in that way?
You can do it that way. That but already acronym is there, so you will face some issue while importing. So like IBM is
Correct,
already
correct.
provided to create a tracks. Then what is the use of like creating like a new like for each and every prod fix if you are importing new snapshot, you're importing like it will increase the number of processors.
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
Whenever such issue occurs, generally you will go with the creation of tracks.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Thank you. Next. Okay. Now, whenever like, okay, Vivek has logged in again, like in main. Now, Vivek can see somebody is already viewing. Who is viewing? Administrator. Like one developer can see what other developers are viewing. Okay. Also, like like he is using process app settings. Okay. Vivek, if he opened like new process app, new BPD, okay, he can't see this. That means he is the only one who is viewing this process. He is using this test BPD2. Now Vivek opened this test BPD2. Nobody is viewing this. That's why he can't see no faces here. But he can see in the bottom like who is the other developers who are working in the same process app. You can see it from here. You can see it from here. Okay. So one developer can see what other developers are doing. I can see, okay, now Vivek can see, okay, previously he has saved this. Now he is currently opened this one. He is currently viewing this one. Okay, fine. Okay, now what Vivek did is like Vivek is working on this, for example. Okay, what one function I said, one developer can see what other developers are doing. Okay, that is completed. Next one, now Vivek is editing this one. So whenever Vivek is editing, he can see something like star symbol here. Whenever he click on save, okay, that got saved, no star symbol here. Okay, again I am just editing, so I can see the star symbol. Okay, now other developer wants to view the same BPD. He wants to work on the same BPD. So for him it is showing like Vivek is editing, so he can see only in the read only mode. He can see only in the read only mode. So that means one developer is editing something, other developer like can't work on it. Why? Because it will be in read only mode. That's why like while you are working, no, like at a time on a particular BPD or particular service, only one developer can work. So like if Vivek has clicked on save, then only like Vivek, see, now I'm logged in as admin. Okay, I can't save it this. So who has to save? Vivek has to save. Okay, Vivek is the editing now. Okay, logged in as Vivek here. So when Vivek clicks on, what I will do, like I will do the editing job now. Now I am doing the editing job. For example, we have clicked on, I am doing the editing job. Okay, okay, now I'm doing the editing job. So like now if Vivek wants to like edit this, he can't edit. Why? Because for him, he can see like admin is editing. That's why your team leader generally will allot like for each and every person like different work. Why? Because no two people can work on the same BPD or same service at a time. Okay, so one developer can see what other developers are doing. When one developer is editing something, other developers can see it in only in read only mode. He can't do the edit unless the other person like saved that whatever the task he is doing. Okay, next one more problem is like, okay, whenever you are leaving the organization, generally it is a best practice, generally it is a best practice to close your PD. Generally in the organization, generally while you are leaving, no, just you will close your window and like you will just lock your system and we will just leave generally. But what was the problem here is like, if you do it like this, so what you did, this guy who is that administrator has kept it in editing and he left for the day. He left for the day. Okay, he belongs to some offshore. He belongs to some offshore. During that onshore timing, some of the onshore guy wants to do something. Okay, your onshore team is present in some US or something, they want to do something on this. They can't. They can't do. Why? Because whenever they like whenever they see this, no, whenever they see this, for them it is showing admin is editing. So you already left for the day, so they can't do anything. So they want to like, they can't even like create the duplicate as well. So like this is the problem people will face whenever you put it something in editing mode and you left for the day. So always it is a best practice to close all your like open BPDs or whatever it might be. Like it is always best to like close your all the open BPDs, save whatever the work you have done for the day, or else it is always best to like save, close your process. You can close your process designer from here, or you can also go to like file. In the file there is an option to like exit as well. From here also like you can exit from your process, your process designer. Okay, always it is a best practice while leaving the organization, like while leaving for the day, like close your PD. Okay, or save whatever the work you have done. Okay, this is one of the like one I want to say in process center as well. Process center console. Okay, fine. We are okay. You now you understood like how to create a track as well. Now you understood how to create a track as well. Okay. Now my next question is like, for example, your project consists of like various external teams as well. Like some external team is there, maybe like some external team in the sense like some other team like maybe like ETL or some Hadoop or like whatever it might be. They want to like hit the BPM. They want to hit your BPM. They want to hit your BPM. Like that is a part of the prod actually. That is a part of the prod actually. Why? Because in your prod, whatever the snapshot which is in the prod, that snapshot like not your alone only BPM is working. Like many other, your BPM is integrated with external systems as well. Your external system is sending some data to your BPM, so that your BPM is just processing the data. Now you got some issue. Now again you have to test that integration as well before going into the prod environment, you have to test that integration as well. So your external system will ask you like whether you have fixed that issue or not. You will say obviously yes, I have fixed that issue. Okay, when you say like just that you have fixed the issue, uh, when you say just that you have fixed this issue, then external system what they will do, like they will try to hit your snapshot. They will try to hit your snapshot. They will try to hit your snapshot. So when they try to hit your snapshot, they are unable to hit your snapshot. Why? Because they will unable to hit your snapshot. Why? Because when they hit the snapshot, when they hit your process app, by default they will hit your default snapshot. What is your default track? Main track is your default track or production track is your default track? So now whenever you open your ATM alerts project, whenever you open your ATM alerts project, so it is asking you to open in like main track or production track. Okay, where external system already configured everything. Why? Because your snapshot already in production. So they will when they hit from the external system, they are hitting this main. But where is your prod fix actually? Is this in the main track? No, this is not present in the main track. This is product present in the production track. But your external system will say like, okay, we are hitting, but we can't say like something went wrong in your snapshot. We are unable to hit, or we are hitting, but we are not getting the proper response from your snapshot. Okay, so what was the problem actually? Why? Because the default one is your main track, not the production track. So it is hitting the production track. So how can you resolve this issue? How can you resolve the issue? For example, if you get such issue in your project, how can you? Why? Because in order to go to the production, you have to fix that issue. Actually, you have to test it properly. If your integration, like your integration is also tested, like when if you are able to receive the properly data from the external system, okay, your external system also like will tell you like okay, issue got fixed, we already tested in the development environment, so it can be we can start a process to move it to production. Okay, but your integration testing is failing. Why it is failing? Why? Because by default it is hitting my main track. Main track is my default track actually. So in such scenarios, what you will do, you will tell your you will tell your like external system like sorry boss, actually like our snapshot, we have created a track actually, so you have to hit the track, you should not hit the main. You have to hit the track, you should not hit the main. And our track name is this one, production track phase 1. This is the name of our track now. So whenever you hit my process app, whenever you are hitting my snapshot, you have to mention this track name. You have to mention explicitly this track name. Then only you can hit my processor. Then generally, obviously, what your external system integration team will say you, like they will tell you one thing, like we already did the configuration, everything and all. So you are asking me to like change the like some of the configuration. I like to set it to production track phase 1. But if I change this, again later once after completion of testing, again I have to revert back the changes. So I don't want to like change the changes from my side. Why? Because it everything like code is freezed from our end. We didn't get any defect, you got only the defect from your BPM. So we are not going to change anything from our end. Why? Because our code is already freezed. Okay, so what you will do in such scenario, so it is directly hitting the main track, not the prod track. So in order to handle such scenario, you have to ask your administrator, please make my production track as my default track instead of main track. Okay, in later we can change. Okay, then when you drop such mail to your administrator, like what he will do, like he will click on the ATM alerts. Okay, he can see like this is your main track. This is your main track. Okay, so he can select the production track. When he select the production track, in the production track at the right side he can see something called as make default track. Make default track. So he can make this as a default track. When he make this as a default track, if I go to the main, go to the main, and if I see, it is asking like to make main as a default track. No, I don't want to make it main as a default track. Now which is my default track? My production track phase 1 is my default track. So now I will ask the my integration team or external system to hit my application. So they didn't change anything configuration from their side. They will hit my process app, so it will hit my why? Because my default track is now production phase track. This track only my default track. So by default it will hit this, and uh, it will get proper response, so testing will be successful. Okay, in such scenarios you can do this approach. Okay. Okay, this is like how to make your tracks as active default. Okay, okay, completed. My testing got completed. So it moved to some higher environment. Okay, they will take care of like necessary testing in SIT, like they will do some smoke testing, and later they will promote to like a prod during non-business hours. Okay, my job is completed. So again, like I want to make main track as default track. So I will ask my administrator. He will open this main track. He will make main track as default track. So we will follow with, okay, phase 2 of the project is completed. Okay, from then onwards what we will do, from then onwards what we will do, like we will just open, okay, we will just keep it for our future reference. We will put it like we all the developers will be working on main only. All the developers will be working on main only. Okay, but always like you don't want to open this, while opening one more step you have to do here. Again you have to click on like open here. So is there any other provision for you to like archive this track? Why? Because this already fixed, this issue got fixed, everything is fine. I want to directly open my ATM alerts, don't want to like see the tracks. Okay, you can also archive the tracks as well. So when you drop a mail to your administrator, he will archive the track. Okay, this is the track name. Here there is an option for archive the track. When he archive the track, okay, there is no drop down for you. Why? Because only you have only main, that's why there is no drop down. So now if you open, your ATM alerts now, it will be directly opening. There is no, it is not prompting you to like select which track. Why? Because you already archived this. Okay, this is like how to work with like tracks and how to work with like snapshots. Okay. Okay, almost we have completed most of the things in process center console. Okay. Okay, this all options got completed. You know all this all installed archived also. Okay, fine. Next one is history. In the history, you can see what who is doing like something changes. Like in the process center console, like you have taken the snapshot or you're working on something, you can see all the changes. Who logged in? Who archived this? Who logged in? Who created this track? Like what was the track name? Who modified this? This track name was modified by some Vivek. He did some like changes here. Like what is the problem is like, okay, always while leaving for the day, so in some organization what these people will do, like while leaving for the day, for convenient they will take a snapshot. While leaving for the day they will take a snapshot. Why? Because no, so what will happen, like sometimes like new developers will be joining, they don't know like something, like they have changed something. Like what will happen, they have changed something. For example, I have taken a snapshot. This is my snapshot. Okay, this is my snapshot, something fine. Okay, I have taken for it end of the day. So some of the new developer has joined, he don't know like anything. For example, he has did some changes or something, he has did some changes. So like something is failing today. So like something is failing today. So I'm trying to identify the issue. I'm trying to identify the issue. Okay, admin change, you know. Okay, now in the process center console, if I go here, if I go to the history, so like from here I can see, or not from here, here also, from here also I can see. Here you can see like list of snapshots. Here there you can see something like circular symbol. This is called as revision history. Here I can see who changed this recently, test bp2. So I can see like at 6:53 a.m. Some administrator has logged in and he changed this test bp2. Okay, I can understand that. Okay, he has done some changes. So like what I will do, like I want to revert back the changes. I don't know like okay, I came to know like he did something changed in test bp2. Okay, I want to revert it to previous. So I will open this track. I will open this track. Okay. So there is an option for me to revert option. When I click on the revert, so what will happen like when I click on revert, automatically whatever the snapshot content that will be reverted here. Whatever that BPD contains, that same changes will come here. See here how that will happen. Now remember this one, my BPD has having 2, 3, but my snapshot which I have taken yesterday has having only 2. So what I will do like, I will click on right click here. There is an option like revert. I will just click on revert. So what happens? So it got deleted. It got deleted. Whatever the changes are there till yesterday, I able to revert back the changes. This is like how to revert back the changes. This is the advantage of like taking the snapshot on daily. You can ask your administrator on weekly basis to delete the snapshot which are not required. Why? Because no, like something is, everything is working, you have fixed something, everything is working fine. It is better to take a snapshot at the end of the day. Why? Because somebody changes, no, it is very difficult for you to like why? Because all the developers are accessing to the common repository. Everybody, whatever you are doing, all other developers can also see, all other developers can also open. If somebody changes something, no, it again it will be pain for you to like to identify where was the issue. That's why it is always a best practice to always a best practice to like create a snapshots. Okay, sometimes what will happen like,
Jagdish,
yeah,
can you show again that reverting part? I didn't get that point actually.
yeah, yeah, sure.
Suppose I have taken one snapshot today,
Yeah,
that is
you have taken a
000.
snapshot. Just I will show you that. I'm taking a snapshot. This snapshot contains only this activity number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Some of your developer changed this one. Like he have added like something like activity number 32, or like he added few more activities here.
Okay.
He added few more activities here. From the revision history, you can see at what time, at around like 6:56. Now the time is 6:56. Some admin has logged in. He has changed this. Okay, I can see. So what I will do like, I will, so my BPD contains, now my BPD contains 3 activities. Number 2, number 32, number 33. So I will open my
Okay.
snapshot. It is in read-only mode. Right click on this and click on here revert. When I click on here revert, so everything got changed. It is again reverted back to my like all, I reverted the changes back.
Okay. So it will go to the place where process you have taken the snapshot and the changes will be present, right? The
Yeah,
new
correct.
changes will be
The
gone.
changes is
Hmm.
reflected here. It's correct.
Okay, but if I have taken snapshot after doing the changes, then we can't do, right?
If you are taking a snapshot during some changes,
See, what you did just now, somebody has added two activities, but you reverted back, so the two activities had gone.
yes.
So, in such a case, once after adding the two activities, again, if he takes the snapshot instead of 0004, if I had taken 0005, then we can't do the changes, right?
No, no, no. You can do.
I
Why?
mean, we
Because
can't
you will
revert.
be having like, okay. After adding, then you will click on this older snapshot, and from here you will revert back the changes. Why? Because all the snapshots will be listed here. You won't touch 05 then. You will touch 04 only. You will click on 04 and you will click on revert.
Okay, fine.
Got it? Or you want me to
Yeah.
show?
Can you show that?
Yeah. See here. So I have taken activity number 3. I have taken activity number 4. So I am just taking a snapshot. V00.00.05. Okay, I'm the new developer. Okay, I have did some changes here. Okay, so Vivek has logged in. Okay, Vivek has logged in. he can see like the changes which are there. In this BPD only, no, I have done the changes. Yeah, test BPD 2. Okay, Vivek has logged in. Like he can see the changes. He can from the revision history. He can see, okay, admin has created a new snapshot as well. He has changed something at time 6:58. Okay, so I want to revert back the changes. But if I click on here, I can see
Mhm.
no changes. Why? Because this hasn't taken by some other developer. Okay, this is my one. I want to revert like this. So I will click on here. I will just click on the revert. I closed this. See here. Now it got changed.
No, previously also only one activity was there, right? Nothing
Yeah,
got changed, right?
yeah. Previously only one activity. Now it reverted back to one activity.
No, the one which you are seeing that is in which snapshot, V5 or current snapshot?
Current snapshot. This is in current.
Okay, not the existing
No,
V5
no.
kind of thing, right?
When it is something like snapshot, you can see only in read-only mode. This is my current snapshot. If I want, I can add it. I can add something here.
Oh, got it, got it.
Okay. Next. Okay. In the manage option will be there. In the manage option, generally you will be not be having like access to this manage option generally. So what is the purpose of the manage option like? If you want to like process app, change the acronym name, you can do it from the manage option. And generally like you will be asked, you will be asking like you whenever new people has onboarded in your project, your administrator has to give some rights to them, like so suppose you are in a group called as some employee group, you can, yeah, can directly add the group, or some other like new person named some Sudeep has joined. Like Sudeep want like read and write access. So they can click on users, select with Sudeep. Yeah, is there already user has been created. Add selected. Now Sudeep is given by default. When I add here, by default the people will get the read access. By default the people will get the read access, but in order to get the write access, explicitly I need to give the write access. Okay, administrator will give the write access. When they provide write access, no, so they can do something work on the process app. So this is like how to provide the rights for a particular people, how to provide rights for particular people. Okay, this one you already know, like how to view the archived process app, archived process apps. Okay, governance. Governance is nothing is there. This is the default one. Okay, next. This is your process apps. This is your process center console. Okay, we have fine. It is fine till now. Okay, there is only something called as toolkits. Okay, there is something called as toolkits. What is a toolkit? What is the purpose of the toolkit? In toolkits also like same what we did till now. In toolkits also same what we did till now. The same I can see in the toolkits. Same I can see in the toolkits. Like I can create a new toolkit, or I can import a new toolkit, or like I can see the similar page like which I seen in the process app. I can create a tracks here. I can change the status. I can edit the snapshot. So everything I can see here. So whatever the things I have explained, the same things applicable for toolkits as well. But okay, if I take like 10 more minutes, is it fine for you, Vivek or Vamsi?
Yeah, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
Jagdish, go ahead.
Okay, fine. Okay. What are toolkits? Toolkits are nothing but the reusable components. Toolkits are nothing but the reusable components. Okay. So, like, see here, if I open my designer, in the left hand side, I can see something like toolkits tab. Okay. Let me open a new process app instead of like this old one. No, let me open a new process app. Something like IBM BPM project. No, like let me create a new one. So I want to show you like how initially the toolkits will be. Okay, I'm naming it as um, something like BPM training. Acronym is BPMT. Okay, so when I created a new process app, like I can see by default there are two toolkits. What are these toolkits? Toolkits are nothing but the reusable components, like whatever you will use in your project, already this has been all developed by the IBM, and they have provided you as a toolkit. So no need to create these business objects, no need to create these connectors, SQL connectors and all. So everything has been already built by the IBM, and they have shared it with you. Everything already built by the IBM, they have created for you, and they have been added as a toolkit. So what is the advantage of the toolkit means? It will reduce your development time. Okay, it will reduce your development time. Why? Because no, already the predefined connectors are already there. You have to just directly, when you are creating a BPD, suppose I am creating a BPD named some test. Okay, I'm creating a BPD named test, so I want to implement something like SQL connectivity or something. So no need of like again developing, it is already available in the toolkit. I can directly drag and drop and I can use it. I can directly drag and drop and I can use it. No need of creating this one. So where I can get this? It is already available in the toolkit. Oh, something which is ready-madely available, if you can directly drag and drop without developing, obviously it will reduce your development time. For example, a project has to be completed in 6 months, you can complete it in 3 months. Okay. So is there any provision to add a new toolkits as well? Yes, there is a provision to add a new toolkit as well. Okay. If I go to here toolkits, if I create a new toolkit here, if I create a new toolkit, toolkit name is something like BPM. Okay, I'm giving like BPM. Okay, common. Okay, what is the purpose of the toolkit? Like in each and every organization they are maintaining some team called as common component team. Like, okay, we are developing some projects, there is also a team called as common component. What is the purpose of the common component team is like, okay, they will be having a toolkit, they will be having a toolkit. Okay, a toolkit has been created, BPM training, acronym is CMN. Okay, so for example, I am the part of the common component team. I'm just closing, which is like open the process designer. Okay, now I have one process designer. Okay, so I am the part of the toolkit. I am part of the toolkit. Okay. What is the name? BPM training, CMN. Okay. I am the part of the toolkit. I am just opening the toolkit. Okay. I am just open the toolkit. So what I will do like, so I will implement some of the services. I will implement some of the services. So like for each and every processor requires some insert common case details. So each and every project is doing this. Each and every project is doing this. And each and every project is doing this. So like I am the part of the common component team. So what is our jobs are like? I will be in the part of the each and every like requirements. I will be in the part of the calls of each and every project requirements. So like whenever the new project is like coming, the BA or architect will discuss with our team, and he will tell us like what are the like common services, what are like common services. So what we are doing is like we are just creating that common services. We are just creating that common services. We will create that common services, and we will take a snapshot like v00.00.01 underscore some common. We will create a snapshot. Okay, and we will ask the process apps, to use this. So what process apps will do? Process apps will, okay, whenever they are working, no, they want to use my service. Process apps wants to use my service, so they want to add my toolkits. How they can add my toolkit? There is a plus button here. So I can see here under BPM training there is something called as v0000, some common is there. So I can add that common. So when I can add that common, I want that service actually I want to insert the details here. So I directly drag and drop here. So as a process app team, for me, no need of developing again the service which is like for inserting into common case. Insert the data into some common case tables. No need of like implementing a service. It is already implemented as a part of the toolkit, so I can directly reuse it. So what is happening? As a part of the common component team, as a part of the toolkit team, my efforts required for a project is it is making my efforts as less, so I will get much more time in order to like maintain the like by following all the by maintaining it in good performance. I will follow all my coding guidelines. Why? Because my lot of my time is getting saved because of this common component team. Why? Because they are identifying the common services across all the process apps. They are delivering the services, we are just drag and dropping and we are using. Okay. Okay, you can see the toolkits like this. Whenever you want to add a new toolkit, here you have to click. Okay, once you add it, for example, they added few more services. Your common component team added few more services. Okay, this is my toolkit. This is my acronym CMN. Okay, I am adding like one more service here. I am adding like one more service here. Some generate case ID. Okay, for each and every request, I have to generate some case ID. For each and every request, I have to generate some case ID. Okay, I have written some script in order to generate the case ID. Assume that I have written some script. Okay, so I'm just taking new snapshot 02 underscore. My acronym is CMN. Okay, I have taken a new snapshot. So I will inform the developers team that we have given a new snapshot which contains like new services. Okay, please upgrade to the latest snapshot. See here, when I open this, my BPM training, I can see something like triangle symbol here. What this triangle symbol indicates? It indicates like latest snapshot available. Do you want to like upgrade to the latest snapshot? If I right click here, like I got an option here. What is that options? Upgrade to latest dependency, or you want to like ignore this, or you want to remove this dependency. Remove means completely this will got deleted, but you don't want that. You want to change the dependency, or you want to upgrade. You want to see what are the various snapshots. No, you want to like upgrade to the latest one. You can click on this, or else you can just right click here. You can upgrade to the latest one. Once you upgrade to the latest one, no, you can't see that triangle symbol here. Okay, it got updated. So when it got updated, no, when it got updated, for example, before it is not updated, it is still you are using previous one. Suppose if you want to search for that generate case id, you can't get the generate case id. This is not there. When you upgrade it, when you upgrade to the latest snapshot, so now if you can see this generate case id, you can drag and drop and you can use it. So this is the purpose of the toolkits. Whenever they have provided the latest snapshot, no, you can upgrade to the latest snapshot. You can upgrade to the latest snapshot. Okay, is it clear how to work with the toolkits and how to use the toolkits? Okay,
Fine.
now, yeah, fine. Now, like one question is like, if I take a snapshot, if I take a snapshot, I have to explicitly take a snapshot for toolkit as well in order to work my snapshot in higher environments. No, not required. Once you have taken the snapshot, your toolkit will go along with your snapshot only. No need of explicitly like mentioning like I need toolkit also in order to work. Whatever the snapshot you provide, like your snapshot will go along with your toolkit version, along with your toolkit version. So like no need of like deploying a toolkit alone. There is nothing to deploy toolkit. Only process apps will be deployed into the runtime box. Never toolkits will be deployed into the runtime box. Only process apps will be deployed into the runtime box. uh, so whenever you have taken a snapshot here, so like I'm taking a new snapshot 28. What is the snapshot name? So I'm following this time new naming convention. Year, month, day is 28 underscore. This is something like BPM training. Yeah. So once I have taken this snapshot, my toolkit will also go along with my snapshot. Okay, once this got deployed, like everything will work fine. Yeah. This servers, you can see list of servers here. Okay, this we never take care anything about this. This is like for administration. Okay, this about like complete about like we have completed the one of the topic, that is process center console today. Okay, you can practice it from your end. Like if you have any doubts, you can ask me. in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow I will go ahead with the next topic. Is it clear, Vivek, Omsi?
Yeah. Yeah, Jagdish.
Yeah, fine then. Okay, I will share this recording with you. Okay, fine. We'll meet in tomorrow at the same time.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, actually, like tomorrow I will be in traveling. Actually, I'm going to uh, my actually now I am